Hello, and welcome to another of our training videos. This time we are going to go over to Dominica to Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort. So I am now going to share my screen and hopefully this will work. And then I can just minimize this one and make this one bigger for you. So, right, first of all, I would like to try and show you a video. So I'm hoping that this video works and it doesn't lag. I will also be able to send you over all of the links to all the videos, but this is an introduction to the destination of Dominica.
Yes. The nature isle of the Caribbean. It's 1 punch time.
Oh, we call it Dominica.
It is spelled Dominica. It is not Dominican Republic. It is pronounced Dominica and is situated between Guadeloupe and Martinique in the Caribbean.
When I think of Dominica, it's all natural. And you can get you could just go to the tree right now and pick a pawpaw and you just eat. You just go to the garden, get a cane, and you make a juice. So it's just lovely. It's just nature. You know, you could get everything from Dominica. We are Dominica.
We call it Dominica, nature. Nature. Yeah, we love Dominica. And I hope you love it too as well. God knows.
We call it Dominica.
We call it Dominica.
It's called Dominica.
Call it Dominica.
We call it Dominica.
We call it Dominica. We call it Dominica.
It's called Dominica, the nature island.
And nature, you're one with nature. You want to be in harmony and one with nature, come to Dominica.
So there you have it. I really hope that the video recorded properly and that you got to see that. And really, so it is, as you can see, the nature isle of the Caribbean, and we always liken it to the Costa Rica of the Caribbean. So if you've got clients that love Costa Rica or you're selling Costa Rica, then always think about Dominica as a possible option for that type of client. And what's fabulous with Dominica is that you can actually twin it with other Caribbean islands. So you could have your nature and adventure holiday tagged on with a beach holiday in Barbados, Antigua, St. Lucia. So everybody always asks, how do you get to Dominica? So the $1 million question is now not so much of a $1 million answer. It's very easy. You fly with British Airways Holidays. It's a code share flight, so it's ticketed right the way through from London to Dominica, and it's in a day. You change in Barbados. You have about 2 hours in the Barbados airport, Grantley Adams International, and then you transfer onto an inter-Caribbean aircraft, and it's an hour hop over to Dominica. I think 2 or 3 days of the week, it's an hour. And then I think 1 or 2 days, it might be a little bit longer because you may well stop down in Antigua. So just check the flight times on that one, but then it is very easy. Some people like to twin it with St. Lucia. I would always advise you go straight through to St. Lucia, have St. Lucia first, and then do Dominica, because you'll fly into Huanor International Airport in Dominica, and in St. Lucia, and then for Dominica you would fly out of Castries Airport in the north. So to do that in a day would be quite challenging. So Dominica, you can make it as extreme adventure as you like, or you can do kind of gentle nature trails, bird watching, the hot spas. So it really is up to the individual client. There are 365 rivers in Dominica, so one river for every day of the year. And I would definitely suggest a visit to the Indian River while you are there. Now, for those of you who like something a little bit more extreme, these little video clips just show our GM, Dinesh, who is doing canyoning, which is just about 5 minutes away from the hotel, Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort. So off he goes. So there are a number of elevations that you can either jump down, and here's another one of them as well. You can jump down or you can go down on the rope. So for those of you who are a little bit more extreme in your sports, there is canyoning, but you don't have to be that extreme if you don't want to. So as I say, we have lots of amazing nature trails. We have the world's second largest boiling lake after New Zealand. That is an incredible hike. It takes about 6 hours all told. But there are some much smaller hikes as well. And one amazing thing you can do is you can collect a Dominica passport, and each time you go back to Dominica and you do a different trail, you get a stamp, and you can eventually have trailed from one end of Dominica to the other. And that trail is called the Wakabuki Trail. So obviously, Dominica is very much about nature. It's low density in terms of its tourism because it hasn't got those direct flights coming in from the UK and Europe at the moment, although we are expecting a bigger airport, which means we will be able to fly those carriers in the not too distant future. But for now, and I think we'll always have to maintain Dominica in this way, that it is very much low density. So we're not on the beaten track of tourism, if you like. The nationals of Dominica are super friendly and so grateful for people that make that extra journey to their beautiful island. And it really is worth making that extra step. In terms of adventure underwater, it's just as vibrant and exciting as it is above the ground. So we have snorkeling in the Champagne Reef. You can see there's a free snorkeler or a free diver there on the screen. We have the most amazing diving. It's very similar to Bonaire, lots of color, loads of crustaceans and corals, seahorses. You won't see the big things unless, of course, that is you go looking for the sperm whales. So Dominica does have resident sperm whales. Now, I just wanted to show you this video. So this is a dive video. So Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort is actually the only property on island that has a dive shop, and the dive shop is very established and very exciting. We actually have some of our own dive boats too, which will be delivered in time for October this year. And I'll tell you more about those in a second. But the bubbles you can see coming up here are actually warm bubbles. And as well as diving here, you can snorkel. So it's about a 45-minute tour. We went out with Brad from the dive shop, who is amazing. He just free dives down and shows you so many different things. And as you swim over the wall, you can see that ocean just drops out in front of you. And you sometimes, if you're lucky, you can see the divers who are kind of diving on that wall. So if you have somebody in your group who's a diver and somebody who isn't, you can still both go out together on the dive boat. One could snorkel and one could dive. So that's a really lovely part of diving in or snorkeling in Dominica. And here are our 2 new boats that we've got coming. Which is really going to mean that we can put much more comprehensive dive packages, whale watching packages, snorkeling packages together for our clients, which we already incorporate, but this will just make all of that so much more seamless. So in terms of the location of Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort, you can see here we are on the very edge of the Caribbean Sea. We're also in Roseau, which is the capital of Dominica. So you can walk out for the bars, the restaurants, the French Quarter, the local markets. There's also a fabulous shop just along here. You just walk out of the hotel, and I cannot go without going and buying something in there. It's called Land, and they have the most amazing bags and clothes and bracelets and jewelry and things. And then also all of those lovely activities that you would like to do, the Wakabuki Trail, the Boiling Lake, the thermal spas, Trafalgar Falls, Take Two Gorge, all of these amazing tours and activities, they're between 5 and 20 minutes away from Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort. So it's really a fabulous location. And I guess that's how it does differ to Costa Rica, where you might have to travel an hour or two between each of the activities and things you want to see. In Dominica, everything is very much on the doorstep when you stay at Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort. So because of all of those amazing things, we wanted to go a little bit further than just having an all-inclusive product. We wanted to make sure that our all-inclusive product included the whole island in terms of a social economic responsibility, but also from a client perspective and for you guys for marketing. So welcome to our all-inclusive island included. So this package means that as well as your accommodation, your airport transfers, your meals, your drinks, we also include an activity every day. So you might get up in the morning and go and do snorkeling at the Champagne Reef on one day, and the following day you might go and do a trail, and the day after that you might go to a local beach and maybe do some lionfish hunting, and then the day after that you might go to a different area inland, swim up Take Two Gorge and go to the hot springs. So there really is so much to discover, and I have to say I've been twice to Dominica now, and I still haven't ticked everything off the box of what I want to do. There are so many amazing things. So when your clients are thinking, oh, maybe 2 or 3 nights on the end of a 2-week holiday in the Caribbean, it's not going to be long enough. I would say minimum 5 nights. If you can push them to understand really a week in this destination, you know, they might be able to start scratching the surface. So when we come to the actual property itself, Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort is a landmark. It's a 4-star waterfront hotel. It's right in this prime location on the edge of the Caribbean Sea. The sunsets are really, really divine. At the moment, we have 40 rooms and suites which look out over the Caribbean Sea. But come the end of 2023, we will have 100 rooms. So the building has already been built and we're just waiting on the soft fittings to come in from Florida. So, you know, you do have these spectacular views. You can see the pool area here is like an infinity pool, and there's also a jacuzzi area. So you can look out over the Caribbean Sea. You can also swim in it. There's a boardwalk where you can walk down and you can jump in. It's fabulous for snorkeling and also for diving, as well as the diving off property. We have unlimited shore diving right in front of the property. So you can see here on the screen up here around this area. And if you're already qualified, you can go out and dive on by yourself, and that's complimentary. If you would like somebody to go with you, and obviously you would always have to go with a buddy, but if you wanted to go with somebody from Fort Young, then they can arrange and take you down to show you. They've sunk some cannons and some pieces of machinery so you can swim and dive around those. They are also going to be sinking some rum. So we will offer ocean-aged rum, Dominican rum, which will be aged in caskets right outside the property. And your clients will be able to dive down and see those as well. So lots of bars, restaurants on property. The restaurant on property, the food is exceptional. You can either sit indoors or outdoors. It's a very stunning area where you can sit and have your dinner. Here, Jacko's Bar is a really lovely place as well if you're there having a cocktail as the sun sets. Now, the rooms at Fort Young were all refurbished during the pandemic, and what's lovely is it really, really, really resonates that you are in Dominica. Every room has this beautiful map of the island of Dominica on the back wall of how it was in the 1700s. The colours are bright and Caribbean, but the rooms are crisp, clean and well finished with lovely modern touches and modern furniture. We are in a process of upgrading the bathrooms as well. We do have one bedroom suite, which you can see on the screen here as well. So this is the living area of the 1-bedroom suite. That's a sofa bed, and then it's double doors that open through into the master bedroom area as well. So lots of choice. And then when we have our new rooms, we'll have ocean view rooms and we'll have mountain view rooms as well. We also have our spa, the Zemi Spa. So great if you want to come along and have nail treatments or massages, that's all there for you. Now, Fort Young is in the process of having these additional rooms added, but it's not just the rooms. It's been completely reimagined and redesigned with a brand new lobby area. So I'm going to see, hopefully this video works, and then I'll be able to take you through and show you. So this wall area that you can see here, that is the original fort wall of when this property was built in 1699. And now you will be able to come in, your taxi will drive through and drop you off, and then you will walk through that original fort wall building. As you come to the left, you've got the reception area, and it's lovely how they've incorporated the original stone wall into this new and modern design. There'll be an additional bar area here, so you'll have this reception. And I think because Fort Young is in the heart of the capital, it's a very Dominican property. It's a landmark for Dominicans and for tourists. So you will find that you'll have lots of locals will come and meet for drinks in the evening or hold meetings and come for coffees and things. So this area will have a real hub vibe to it. Now, this is one of the original cellars. You come into here, we will have a rum, wine and cigar cellar here where we'll be able to do rum tastings and wine tastings. And you go through, and then we've got an art gallery here. So the art gallery will have exhibits of local artists. And this oven here on the left-hand side, this is actually an original oven from when Fort Young was a fort in the 1700s. So amazing. So this is really going to show how Fort Young will become such an amazing destination for both people coming in to Dominica on holiday and also the locals that will want to come and embrace their history and have a real meeting point as well. There are lifts from that ground floor level that will go straight up to the new rooms, but you can also see that you can meander around up the stairs. And this is where the old and the new really will connect. So you can see the Caribbean Sea is out there in front of you. As we go around to the left-hand side, there are kind of breakout room areas. So there'll be a brand new gym there, which will have incredible views. This area will be an additional place for food and eating. The roof here, the shutters, if it rains, they can just close that and it becomes a solid roof. If there's that little bit of liquid sunshine, which you can often get in the Caribbean, but not always by any means. Come up here, there'll be breakout areas where we can have like rooms for older teenagers to play in, ping ball machines and Nintendo, that kind of thing. And then we come back through into the courtyard. We have an amazing coffee shop area here where we'll have a barista as well, and a little bit of a museum. So we'll have some of the original artifacts of when Fort Young was a fort, which they still have, and you'll be able to walk through Fort Young through the ages as well, which will be really quite a remarkable experience for anybody coming to Fort Young. So I hope that that video has recorded well and that you've now got a really fabulous idea of what's coming at Fort Young. I will be sharing news and updates with you as we go through. But for now, I'm going to go back through. So these will just show you what the new rooms will be, very similar to the rooms we have now, new modern bathrooms. So some of the rooms will be oceanfront, as I said. Some of the rooms will overlook the mountains and the landscape of Dominica, which is very lush and green. There will be new amenities. So as well as the existing bars and restaurants, we will have new bars and places to eat at Fort Young. There'll be obviously the expansion of the dive shop with our own dive boats and things that we'll be able to offer. So Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort really will be the place to come and stay when you're in Dominica experiencing all those amazing, wonderful things. As I get more videos of the new areas and the new rooms, I will send it through to you. I do have a walk view of the 1-bedroom suite, which I will send a link out for if anyone would like it. Please do drop me an email, victoria@paradise-promotions.co.uk. We also work with My Booking Rewards. So if you do a booking to Fort Young, please do register your booking and make sure you claim your reward as well. Any other questions on the property or the island of Dominica, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I look forward to seeing you on one of our other training videos. Take care, lots of love. Bye-bye.